Hey, what's up guys, Mitch HD here. This is my first video of 2017 and I'm going to start it off with a bang. This is the United Airlines 747-400 in the Battleship Gray livery by JC Wings in a 1 to 200 scale. Please check the description in case you missed anything throughout this video. My Facebook, Twitter and Instagram links will be down there. I pre-ordered this from jetwaymodels.com. This is my 41st 747 model and it's my 9th United Airlines model. Some information about United. They are the world's largest airline by number of destinations served. Their operations base is out of Willis Tower in Chicago. Their main hub is Chicago O'Hare International Airport. And secondary hubs are Antonio B. Wampat International Airport in Guam, Denver International Airport, Houston George Bush Intercontinental Airport, Los Angeles International Airport, Tokyo Narita International Airport, Newark Liberty International Airport, San Francisco International Airport, and Washington Dulles International Airport. They were founded on the 6th of April 1926 as Varney Airlines in Boise, Idaho, as an airmail service. Their fleet as of the 26th of December 2016 consists of 736 aircraft. 21 of these are 747-400s. They serve 342 destinations across the 6 inhabited continents, and their current 747 routes are from San Francisco to Beijing Capital, Frankfurt, Hong Kong Cheklap Kok, London Heathrow, Seoul Incheon, Shanghai Pudong, Taipei Taoyuan, and Tokyo Narita. They also fly from Chicago O'Hare to Beijing Capital, Shanghai Pudong, and Tokyo Narita. This aircraft's first flight was on the 23rd of October 1990 and delivered to United on the 8th of November 1990. This aircraft was also painted in the Rising Blue livery, which is also known as the Blue Tulip livery. And then it was painted into the post-merger Continental colours as well, which it's currently in. The Boeing customer code for United is 22. Alright, let's take a look around the box here. So we have United Airlines, and we have their old logo, which I really like. 747-400 worldwide service and 1 to 200 scale model. On the back of the box, not much, just the warnings, Boeing license, and JC Wings logo. On the top of the box, and then on the bottom. And there is the model. Alright guys, the model is now out of the box. And we're going to start at the cockpit windows on the port side. You may notice straight away that the nose gears come off the ground. That's just due to a weight and balance issue. But more so I think is the fact that the gears the main gears aren't sitting properly, and therefore taking all the stress because they're not in the right angle, and that they're locked in that sort of locked in a way in that position that they won't tell. I think they're resting on the center gears mostly. Anyway, we have the cockpit windows, window wipers, pitot tube static ports, Star Alliance logo, because they are a member of Star Alliance, which is a group of 27 airlines. Worldwide service there. Also got the fleet number. That says 8178. That is the old fleet number of this aircraft. The new fleet number is 8478. And then of course the nose gear. United Airlines titles. Realistic inboard landing lights. These are Pratt & Whitney PW4056 engines. Great looking engines these. By the way, you might notice that it's a bit brighter than usual. I usually use manual, but it ends up being a bit too dark sometimes. Well, semi manual, semi auto. Use shutter, because if I use manual, it messes with the focal point when I zoom in and out. And so what I did is just up the exposure. I added more exposure to it, so the camera automatically uses a higher exposure. So just to brighten it up a bit and make it look a bit better, because it's been quite dark in the past. No one said anything. I just thought, you know, something's got to be done, and I hope it turns out all right. Hopefully you guys think the exposure is correct. Anyway, sorry about that. Let's continue. So engines do spin, as you can tell from the long time I had the camera there. They are very detailed. Better look at those realistic landing lights. There's landing lights on the gear, the nose gear as well. Main reason I got this model, instead of the fact that it's just, you know, beautiful and I really wanted it, is the fact that it has flown into Auckland in the 90s, mainly the 90s, and in the very early 2000s, just before they switched over to the 777-200ER, briefly before they stopped flying into Auckland. It took them another 13 years or 12 years or so until they started flying to Auckland this year again. And also, I have flown on this aircraft. I think it's the only United flight I've been on. When I was quite young at the time. This was probably about 2004, 2003, so I was probably around about 8 years old. It's only because we couldn't get out of London on Air New Zealand. At the time, parents were staff. Couldn't get out of London on the staff ticket, so had to book United flight out of London to San Francisco and got a 747-400. My only ever time on that, and I've still got all the kids stuff from when I was on the aircraft. You know, like the colouring books and all that kind of stuff that they had back then. I still got all that somewhere. Anyway, a lot of memorabilia. So this is one of the best looking winglets I've seen on a 747. The colours, you know, the two-tone blue stripes, it just looks great on the 400, and also the red navigation light. And back onto the fuselage. Just loving those colours. Sorry about the reflection, it's possibly difficult for you to see. But there's the American flag, because United is a flag carrier of the USA. And the registration number, which is N178UA, or November 178 Uniform Alpha. And then on the tail, we have, again, the two-tone blue stripes, and the old United logo. The best logo, in my opinion, that United have ever had. This is my second favourite United livery. My favourite is the rising blue. I just love those colours. It's a shame they got rid of them though. APU exhaust and the strobe light, which is beneath the exhaust. Very detailed. So right, let's just straighten this up here. Doesn't stay straight as it's sitting on those main gears. Okay, so now cockpit windows on the starboard side. We also have the window wipers, pitot tube static ports. Also says worldwide service, Star Alliance logo. There is the fleet number and the nose gear. The front cargo container door, United Airlines titles, realistic inboard landing lights. The very nice Pratt & Whitney engines. And now the winglet and the green navigation light. Back onto the fuselage. the rear cargo container door, bulk bin door, United States flag, and the registration number, and the tail with the logo. Okay, now I was going to show this quickly, just in case you might encounter it on your model. This antenna right here, you can see I'm just touching it and it's sticking into the groove of my hand where I was putting pressure on it. It was loose inside the hole. I found out this is the first thing I ever checked. Before I remove it out of the box, I check the top antennas, then I check the bottom antennas. And, just in case, you start throwing the box around, and when I don't mean throwing the box around, but, start moving the box and it may fall out. And so that's the first thing I check, because they're the tiniest things that usually fall out. And, yeah, so the more careful you are from the start, the better off you'll be. And it won't require much effort to put that back in, just a tiny bit of super glue on the piece, which I've dropped it myself. I see it, I'll pick it up later, sorry about that. But on the piece that goes inside the hole, you just want a tiny bit of super glue there. Use a toothpick to get the glue on, and then just put it back in and just leave it. That's how I do it, and that's how it's always worked for me. Okay, anyway, sorry about that again. The nose gear, antenna, NACA ducts, another antenna right there, just a small one. Anti-collision light, hole for the stand, main gears and gear doors. Underneath the wing, flaps, slats, ailerons. There's the fuel dump valve. Underneath the engines. Right, and the same on this side. Okay, continuing down, we have two more antennas. Actually, that's pretty rough. Look at that antenna there. Pretty rough the way they've handled that area around the antenna. Don't know whether that's the glue that's done that to the paint, but something's done it. One more antenna. The two squares there are the cabin pressure relief valves. And then on the horizontal stabilizers there. Alright, now on the top of the aircraft. Emergency escape hatch for the pilots. Anti-collision light, antenna. There's of course the hole for the other antenna, which I just took out. ADF antennas. Flaps, slats, ailerons and spoilers. And the same on the side. Okay, we have the SATCOM. And then on each horizontal stabilizer there are two grey dots, which are the logo lights that light up the tail at night time. Okay. Just give me a second, I'm just going to pick up this antenna. Alright. Now we'll go on to the seating of this aircraft now. Alright, sorry this is taking quite a long time. Actually, before we get into the seating, just want to give you a little bit of info about the livery here. The Battleship Gray, or sometimes known as the Working Together livery, debuted on the 11th of January 1993, before the Rising Blue livery was introduced in 1997. So it didn't have that long of an appearance. But certainly welcomed, and many of us would like to see it back. Right, now onto the seating. So on the upper deck, we have a Polaris Business, which is 20 flatbed seats, rows 12 to 17, and that's the entire upper deck. On the main deck, we have Polaris First, 12 open suites, rows 1 to 4, and that is from here to here. Then we have Polaris Business First, which is Polaris Business, I think. Yeah, it is Polaris Business. 32 flatbed seats, rows 6 to 10. That's from here to here. Then we have Economy Plus, 70 seats, rows 19 to 25. That's from here to here. Then we have Economy, 240 seats, rows 33 to 43 and 45 to 61, which is from here to the back of the aircraft. That's a total of 374 seats. So in my opinion, that's quite a nice layout for a 747. Alright, now onto the gears. All the gears roll freely, which is great to see for a 747, especially a really nice 747 like this. But as they all should be anyway. Gears do tilt, and the nose gear does swivel. Alright, let's take a look at the stand. Alright, so we have the plaque, United Airlines 747-400, scale 1 to 200, the nice wooden base, film on the back of the metal, which I just removed now, just to protect the metal there. On the top we have the padding, which is there so it does not scratch your model underneath. Alright, it's looking good on the stand. And when you want it in the in-flight position, you can remove the gears. This one's a little bit tight when it went in. Just give it a little wiggle. What I suggest if that happens to yours, do not pull right on the wheels itself. You'll rip it out and the rod will come out. And then it's just going to be a really, really tricky gluing job to get that back in there. It's happened to me a couple of times, and it can take ages to get it in there. So if you're going to do it, I recommend pulling from the doors. Do not squeeze the doors too much; they will break. Just put pressure on a bit of everything. That way, you're far less likely to break anything. I'm just going to see, watch if it requires a bit of pressure to actually just sort of fits in there like that, just like a little very, very tiny thump. And also all the other gears can come off, just as an example. So put the gears where they would be in their tilting position. Center gears parallel with the fuselage. Wing gears tilt upwards. Right, and then when you do want an in-flight position, of course, there are gear doors here to use if you wish. Alright, this is going to be it for this review. I hope you have enjoyed. Please leave a like if you did. Comment, tell me what you think of this model. Tell me if you're going to get it. No doubt I would recommend this. Just an absolutely beautiful model. I'd love to see this in the skies again, this livery. Obviously won't happen, but you know, you can only dream. Subscribe for more. Plenty of model reviews on the way. Next up is a Japan Airlines 747-400. And trust me, that's a great model as well. Please share this video as well so other people know about this and see if they want to get this model as well. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.